welcome back to the Creator Shelf. You are joining me at the end of what has been a miserable day in Brussels, and it's like 6 something in the evening, 6:30 in the evening, and now the sun is shining. There you go. Typical kind of like spring summer weather here, but anyway, welcome back to those who already know me, and welcome to new subscribers. This is the Creator Shelf in Brussels, and you are joining me for this week's midweek pop-up. So as you guessed it from the title of this video, indeed I'm doing the famous tag set by Lisa Papez, which is My Adorable Decks. Now, truth be told, I saw this tag, I think it was like a month ago when it was first done, and I love the video, and I see some beautiful decks, pretty cute decks, and I'm sitting there thinking, I don't have anything that falls into this category. And then over the last few weeks, I've seen other videos done by people, including, I think it's Tarot Nat Plans or something like this. She did a great video of her spin on, and I think Michelle XO, she did a great video as well on her spin on this tag. And I thought, well, other people are trying and they're doing their versions, so I can give it a go too. So then I kind of like went back to my shelf and I thought, really? No adorable decks? And then I found a few, and maybe you want to join in and see what I have to share. So anyway, he's off now. Great. So let me start off with one of the first tarot decks that I bought Oracle decks I bought in 2014 or something like that, and it's a Doreen Virtue. It's my first Oracle deck actually. It's called Healing with the Angels Oracle Cards. Now this deck, I kind of like, I bought something like 5 decks at the same time, as one does, and this was in the pop-up on Amazon, so I bought it not knowing what I was buying basically. It was like, yeah, sure, angels, healing, it all looks very positive, let's go for it. And so these are the cards. Now look at this. First of all, the border is beautiful. I love the backs. I think they're actually quite gentle. I love this kind of like, yeah, it looks like waves or something, I don't know. And I think that, I mean, is it adorable? I don't know. Is it cute? I don't know. But it's just gentle. It's soft. It's soothing. I think some of these are adorable, some of these depictions. And so, yeah, so I thought, let me just, that I love. See, this could have been in my pretty decks category as well. So anyway, I really wanted to include a Doreen Virtue deck, which I do find cutesy in its own way kind of thing. And of course, this is also my first Oracle deck, so I need to share it. Now that's adorable. Now I don't use this deck very often, and I still don't know exactly what's going on there. Maybe it's because I'm not such an angel person, but I do value it a lot. I know it's a valuable deck as well on top of that, but I do value it. And I don't know, like, I think there's a couple of Doreen Virtue decks I have, and I feel as if I'm going to work with them at another stage in my life, and it's not quite now. So it might be a bit later on. Nah, that's gorgeous. So anyway, so I thought I would put that in the list. And another one on the list, which I think is a little bit more adorable, is this one, which is another Doreen Virtue. Yeah, it's my Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. Now this I bought more recently, a few years ago, and I think this has adorable cards in it. So let's bring that out. Let's show these. Look at these. Gorgeous, good. Oh, that's adorable. Now this is more of the old school art, I think early 2000s, but and I think there's now a new Karen K Mermaids deck, and I think that will probably do the whole mermaids category maybe more justice, I don't know, but I love this deck. I think it's beautiful. I do think it has some very soft, gorgeous images, adorable images at times, cutesy, this mermaid fayish kind of energy. There's a bit of diversity, which is good. Wish there was more, but at least we've got something. And yeah, so this is another Doreen Virtue. So my adorable categories has 2 Doreen Virtue. I have a few more Doreen Virtue decks actually, but I thought I'd put these 2 in, and yeah, and so I thought that's how I'd begin. Okay, after that, I'm going to stick with Hay House actually. Let's just do the Hay House stuff. Another Hay House deck that I think is adorable is my Denise Lynn Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Now this deck, again, I bought when I came back to Tarot Oracle decks. It's Hay House, and I really like Denise Lynn. I like her work, I like her writing, I like her energy kind of thing. And I do believe this is an adorable deck, so adorable. Oh, look at these colors, and this, oh, this is just, oh, it's like being in a storybook for me, and yeah, and I love it. So this had to go into the adorable decks video, I think, and it comes with a great guidebook. And if this deck goes with just so many tarot decks, and if I've done a reading with somebody and I've used one of these oracle cards, I think they really like it too, because they find it quite I don't know, just not so threatening or scary. It gives them a very positive message at the end of the reading. These are the backs. Look at that. That's gorgeous. And so, yeah, so I thought that this is definitely part of my adorable decks category. Okay, going on from there. Oh, look at that stream of light coming through. Now it's beautiful and bright and sunny. Let me go on to, is that all of my, that is my Hay House. Let me find some of my, yeah, let's do some rock pool. So the rock pool decks, the two that you know that I kind of like are my staple decks. I think they're becoming kind of like part of my all-time staple categories. On my Goddess Dream and my Goddess Love, of course, I think they need to go into this adorable category. Let me just show you a few of the Goddess Dream Oracle. You know, I show these decks nearly every video, so I don't want to show them too much these days, but I do think that they are adorable. I do think they have some very soft, soothing, oh, look, that's adorable. That's adorable. They have some soothing, soft energies. I love decks which have that kind of like animal spirit, which is, oh, that's adorable. So soft and gentle and nurturing and safe. You know, these decks help me feel safe. That is adorable. So yeah, so these are by Wendy Andrews, and they are rock pool decks, and look at the back of that. The backs are adorable too. And so going on from there, let me show you another rock pool deck that I have, which is a Sherilyn Darcy, and that's the Flowers of the Night Oracle. Now this I picked up because I didn't have anything with like this black background, and it just intrigued me, and I was interested. I didn't have a Sherilyn Darcy deck at that time. And I am so glad I picked up this deck. I'm so glad. I love it. Look at these cards. I think they have an adorable energy. I think that the animals just look so, I know there's a potency, that the flowers and the flora and the fauna just have this potency in the dark that just, it's magical. It just makes the little kid in me just think wonder, and you know, when the lights go out, it's not all scary. Some of it's just, you know, friends in the dark. Just this wonderful energy. I love it. And these cards go with so many other decks, but beautiful. I think it's gouache paints that Sherilyn Darcy uses, and I think there's a uniqueness in her work, and I love it. So I wanted to bring this into my adorable category. Love this card. Absolutely love this card. Yeah, so there you go. And just before I finish with this deck, look at the backs. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, and then finally, I think this is also rock pool. So let me just keep going with the rock pool decks. And that is this rock pool? Yes, it is. And that's my little Forest Fae deck. Oh, look at this by Nadia Turner. Now, woodland creatures. Oh, and look at the first, before I forget, look at the back. That's adorable. But look at these little creatures. They're just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I'm so glad I picked up this deck when I did. Oh, look at that. Cute, absolutely cute. And again, I feel like these are like friends. These are my friends kind of thing. So yeah, and these go with a lot. Now, there are a couple of decks that are not going to be featured in this video because I feature them in nearly every single video again. And that's like my Forest of Enchantment. That would definitely go into this video. But I feel like I've just shown that deck so much. Everybody's going to be like, Don't show us that again. I feel like this is a very similar energy, so I'm just going to stick with that. But the Forest of Enchantment definitely belongs in here. And if I had, I still haven't bought it, but if I had Luna Weatherstone's Mystical Cats, that would go into this category. But I don't have it, so there you go. That's a deck for the future, but I'm one of those people that I will buy the deck closer to the time that I think I'm going to use it, unless it's like an indie deck or a really rare deck and I want to get it before it gets sold out, that kind of thing. Otherwise, if it's mass market, I really try to just wait until I'm ready to use it, because otherwise I'll just have decks sitting on my shelf and I'm not doing anything with them. So the Mystical Cats is kind of like part of a queuing. It's in a queuing process, which I want to actually work with that deck and do a deep dive on it. So yes, so that's another one. And if I had the Grimolkan as well by MJ Cullen, it would go into this category for sure. Or the Wise Dog Tarot, actually. So there you go. So, but I don't. So, but you know that they would definitely belong in here. Now I'm going to go on to the one Blue Angel Oracle deck, which I recently already just showed on the channel, but I'm going to bring it out again. And that's my Beyond Lumeria. This is a Blue Angel deck by Izzy Ivy, both artwork and guidebook done by the same person. And this is a Oracle deck that I picked up back in 2020, and I haven't worked with it that much, and I do regret that, because I do think that this is an amazing deck. The artwork in this deck is stunning, and it is of course gorgeous Blue Angel cardstock, but adorable, absolutely stunning, absolutely too. You'll see some of, well, we're not getting there yet, but when we say, oh, look at that, that's adorable. We have this like alien, angel, fairy, Martian kind of energy, and I love it. And look at the creatures, you know, in this universe. It really reminds me of Avatar, and I like the film Avatar, and I know I just mentioned in the other video as well, Avatar 2 is coming out later this year. Love it. I'm really going to watch it. And it reminds me a lot of Avatar, and I think it's one of the reasons that drove me to buy the deck in the first place. I think the artwork in this is stunning, and I do find the creatures in this adorable. Oh, look at that, adorable. Dragons that are adorable. I mean, what more could we want? So yeah, so that is the Beyond Lumeria by Izzy Ivy, a Blue Angel deck for this video. Okay, so I have actually here, I think this is going to be my last Oracle. Another Oracle deck. Now this is my only US Games Oracle deck, and I'm going to put it in there. It's going to be the first time I'm showing it on this channel. I love this deck. Love this deck. I struggle with the cardstock, but I love the deck. That's what I'm going to start off with. The Fairy Wisdom by Amy Brown. Written by Nancy Brown, the guidebook. Now, I love Amy Brown's artwork. I'm already collecting it, just so you know. It's like there's already things that have arrived and are sitting on shelves, hidden away, tucked away. This is the back. I think that the box and the whole setup is huge and unwarranted for this deck, but okay, we have to go with it. Look at the lovely mint green there. And of course, as you can already see, these are the backs. Amy Brown's work is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. I'm not a huge fan of US Games Oracle cardstock, because I think it's the same that they use for their tarot decks, but when it comes to Oracle cards, it makes them too thin and flimsy. So I'm just not okay with that, but I'm just going to go with it. You know, it is what it is, because this deck is just gorgeous and adorable. So adorable. Look at that. Gorgeous. I think a lot of the other Amy Brown decks could also go into this category. I think the Selena Fenwick work could also go into, or Fenwick work, sorry, could also go into this category. So also like the Field Guides to Dragons, or that deck could also go into this. Like, there's just so many decks that could go into this category. I just think that this is gorgeous, and many, like, they look adorable. They're all rebels and up to mischief, but adorable. Yeah, so very fey, adorable, pretty, gorgeous energy, and I love it. And I just wanted to show that as well as part of this video. I still need to work with this deck, so I don't know it too well. but I do love it. I think this is the part of me which my like 6-year-old gets really excited about, basically. That's the only way I can put it. Okay, so going on from there, let me just show you some of the tarot decks that I thought I would include in this video too. So the first I'm going to show you is a more recent deck that I bought, which is Tarot at the End of the Rainbow. Now, this deck is a low scarabeo deck, and truth be told, I wanted to buy it, but I was dithering a little bit. I don't really love all of the cards, but I love some of them. And then it was like reduced, and I went for it, and I'm really glad I got it. Actually, I am liking it. I don't love it because some of it is just too fantasy artwork, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, look at these backs. But I do like the deck, and I love the fae energy in it, and I think it has some adorable elements. So let me just show you some of it. Oh, this is beautiful. You see, this is a bit too fantasy for me, and but there's like those little pixie fairies, adorable, I think. I like stuff like this. I like stuff where we've got this like rainbow and these kind of like beautiful colors bouncing off and reflecting. This has got adorable elements for me, and for that reason, you know, I love it, and I wanted it in this video. This is the kind of deck which I don't know how to put it, but kind of like it blends into my collection very, very quickly. So it might not be like my most well-known tarot deck or a classic in that sense, but it's kind of like one of those decks which has its place because it just does the job really well as part of like a wider collection. I don't know how else to put it. Like, you know, like when we have clothing, we have our basics, right? We have our basic undergarments and basic white shirts that we need, and you know, the classic pairs of jeans and the black blazer, and everybody talks about it, right? Like the classic parts of your wardrobe and the basics that we need that we can mix and match with. And for me, this is a tarot deck which falls into that category where it may not be the star of every show, but it does the job that I need it to, and I think it has some very adorable elements in it. I also find that the depictions are easy to understand if I read for somebody else. And that's adorable, I think, as well, that 10 of Cups. So there you go. Okay, so moving on from there, and trying to get these off without them all slipping and knocking over the camera either, which has happened, basically. Let me just quickly now just do the last few decks. Okay, so going on from there, I thought I would show this deck which I bought, which is now, I think it's gone out of print, which is my Mibramig Magical Tarot. Now, I saw this several years ago. I didn't buy it, and then I realized it had gone out of print, and I knew some places that had it, so I quickly went and got a copy for myself, basically, before it's completely sold out. I think it has gone out of print. These are the backs, and it's kind of like a happy squirrel kind of deck. It's just these happy animal creatures that are running around the forest, basically. That's the title card, and I think it's adorable. I think it's got adorable, cute energy. This is kind of like my equivalent to the Happy Tarot. So many people have. I want to get the Happy Tarots too, actually, as well. But anyway, I just love it. It's just like these cartoony creatures that I love. These animals. Look at that. Look at that hoof coming out. Oh my God, like look at that tower. I love this. I love this deck. So yeah, so it's fun. It's cute. It's just joy. I find it very joyful and fun and vibrant and like this magical world of these cute cartoon animals. And yeah, I'm so glad. Look at that 9 of Cups there as well. Look at that bulldog. So yeah, so I love this deck, and it comes with an extra card, the Happy Squirrel, which probably we won't get to, but oh my God, look at that Chariot card. But anyway, I'm so glad I have this deck. I'm glad I managed to get hold of it before it completely disappeared. And yeah, if you like these kind of like cute decks, and you might be able to get this in your local metaphysical store, because I think it has gone out of print, but not quite sure. There you go. Okay, so, and this is another low scarabeo deck. Okay, and then finally, let me go on to show you a Paulina Faye deck, which is going to be my last one for this video. And that's going to be, well, I have to include a Paulina Cassidy deck, right? But I think for this video, I'm going to show a deck which I haven't shown lately, which is my Spiritsong Tarot. And I think this has adorable, beautiful, beautiful artwork. Now, I can't remember her full name. The channel's gone out of my head now. There was a tarot astrology channel several years ago, and something Star Tarot, and she stopped doing the videos. She did monthly horoscope tarot videos, and she used this deck, and her videos were awesome. I'm just sad, but she decided to discontinue. But I think that this is adorable, beautiful, adorable, just capturing, and I wanted some Paulina Cassidy in this video, you know. I can't do an adorable Dex or a pretty Dex or a soul Dex video without Paulina Cassidy in it. So this time the Spirit Song comes in here. The Joie de Vivre could have been in this as well, huh? It's like just as adorable for me, but I thought I'd just show something different today. And look at that pretty, beautiful artwork. Gorgeous. I think there are so many other animal decks that could fit into this. Maybe the Animal Kin Oracle, that Hay House deck. I think that's adorable too. There's so many other animal decks actually that could fit into this. I think there's also an indie deck called the Believe or something like this, or the Begin Oracle. Sorry, that's it, the Begin Oracle. Another beautiful animal deck. So, but yes, I find animals adorable, even though some of them are quite scary and can be quite dangerous, but still adorable to me. I love the softness and the gentleness, and just, yeah. Oh, look at the colours there. Yeah, I mean, Paulina Cassidy is just so gifted. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. So this is a little bit of a short video from me this time. But yeah, I just wanted to be like, you know, just showing and sharing some of the decks that I find adorable. A way for me to join in with this tag. I know that they're not all like the Playful Heart or the Happy Tarot energy, but I would like to get the Happy Tarot, and I'd like to get actually some more fairy decks, which probably will fall into this category anyway, of adorable decks. But other than that, I wish you all a wonderful end to this week. I will not be here at the weekend, so there will be no Saturday video for this coming weekend, FYI. I will be having hopefully a sunny weekend in London, so that's going to be fun. But I will see you all next week, and until then, have a wonderful few days. I hope the weather, whether you're in the Northern Hemisphere or the Southern Hemisphere, is treating you well. I know that the Southern Hemisphere is going towards winter solstice, which is amazing, all that autumn energy. Every time I see Saturnium or I listen to mine of Ways of Your Soul, you know, I really get that feeling of just like this autumnal energy, and believe it or not, I'm kind of like slightly jealous, but I have to remember that like in 5 months time, we're going to be in that. So I'm like, hold my horses, enjoy the summer while it's here in Europe. We will be crossing solstice in a few days, in 10 days, basically, 21st. And, you know, and then our days get shorter. So I'm someone that just needs to take in the light as much as I can actually right now. So I'm enjoying whatever sunlight we get. Now the clouds are here again. Oh, well, it's Brussels. There you go. But have a wonderful end to your week, and I will see you all next week. Take care now. Bye.